We are here at Comicpalooza 2018 in beautiful Houston, Texas with the Battlestar Raven group and the Team BSG Viper. And let y'all introduce y'all today. How y'all doing?
Good. I'm Karl Kuhlenschmidt, Master Builder.
Steve Tweed, the XO of the club.
And DragonLady, Raven Actual.
Miss DragonLady, Raven Actual. And you got this beautiful Colonial Viper replica here. How did y'all go about this? I believe y'all are one of the main builder guys on that. Go over that.
We started about October 2016. We started with just the canopy. We wanted to see if we can build that. That worked well, and then we went and started building the cockpit section. We did that up until Comicpalooza last year, and that was such a success with not just the kids but the adults. I mean, everybody wanted to get in it. That was the main big attraction here. So after that, we said, okay, let's just build the rest of it. And it is 1-to-1 scale. It's 28 feet long, about 15 feet high, and I would say the estimate weight is about 2,000 pounds. So it is a big, bulky thing, but it can be broken down into 6-foot sections, so it's modular and easy to transport and stored, because people have tried to make it before, and they make it out of fiberglass and Bondo, and it just becomes too heavy and too bulky, and it falls apart. So that was the major things with it is safety, cost, durability, but yeah, our big thing was safety. So once we got all those accomplished, we put them together and just started building one section at a time.
Very, very cool. And you've got a simulator, some kind of like, the cockpit's crazy. Can you talk a little about that and how that all works?
Well, the cockpit section on that is based off the original 1978 Viper. But what people don't know is the original Viper did not have a cockpit in it. It just had a black tub that the actors sat in, had a light shining on them, and they had the joystick in their hand. When they cut to a scene where they're flying and they're showing the instruments, that was an external cockpit. So this is a true 1-to-1 scale, where the studio version was all put together as one piece, but the cockpit was separate.
Wow, wow. How long did it take you to build this and like all this stuff? Did you go by any kind of pictures or blueprints? Did you have something to go by? Or?
There's actually blueprints that you can, it's side views of blueprints, and it just gives the scale and like a cross section of, but there's no internal blueprints. You know, there's no slot A, slot B, slot C. So it was a lot of reference photos, black and white photos of the actual Viper. And what we had to do is take those photos, make drawings. One saying was 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because then when you started building it like that, you had to make sure that it was safe and secure. And you know, a lot of these parts, I'd say 90% of this is you can buy it locally. The only thing that was custom designed on this was the landing gear, and we had to make sure that it was strong enough to support 2,000 pounds.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. And you've got Miss DragonLady here and Miss XO, Mr. XO. Can you talk a little about the Battlestar Raven organization and some of the things you guys do? Y'all all over the world, I believe, and stuff like that.
Members from all over the world. I'm from Wisconsin, so we've got other members here from northern of the United States. You know, they come down to Houston once a year to kind of get together and celebrate Battlestar Galactica. So
it's totally awesome. Miss DragonLady, if you could talk a little bit about the back history of stuff. How long have you been with the organization and stuff like that?
Overall, I've been with the organization since 2011, but I didn't become the Raven CEO until 2012 officially. And she had a different name before. She was called Battlestar Tiger Claw, but somebody renamed it Battlestar Raven, and that was the actual original name of it. But we started out with just 9 members, and now we have about actively 400 worldwide, just the chapter itself. Right. And we're continuously growing every year, and we're hoping to get, you know, everybody, both classic and reimagined series, to join us.
Every time we do
that's totally awesome.
Like this, we gain members, because people come and say, hey, you know, we're fans of Battlestar Galactica too. What do you guys do? And then we show them, and it's like, okay, I'm going to be a member, you know, so.
That's totally awesome.
This is George Mellis.
And you got George Mellis. How are you doing today, sir? What you do? What's your role in all of this awesomeness?
I did the electronics in the cockpit and got the switches and gauges and try to make it as
It's all good. He joined in. He just jumped in the fleet.
I jumped the camera. I jumped the shot. I did all the electronics and trying to get the cockpit as accurate to the original as possible. Aircraft gauges and things of that nature. All the dials and all the switches. When you get in, you'll get to see it and understand it. It was difficult, you know, finding things that matched from something from 45 to 50 years ago. And, well, Karl did all the structural work, but I had a little bit of input in it, a little bit.
That's awesome, awesome.
What we want to do is when kids get in here, adults, we're like, play with all the switches. You know, go ahead and touch it. You know, we want people to touch it. We don't want to be afraid of it. We want to, try to break a switch up if you can. We want it to be hands-on. We want it to be for the fans. We want them to enjoy it.
And wrapping up, we've got, we know we lost Mr. Richard Hatch a while back and stuff like that. He was kind of the glue that held the Battlestar community together and all that. In closing, do you all have any website links for the Viper and for Battlestar Raven for people to check out the club and all that?
For team,
It's all good.
Yeah, our mother club, they can check us out at our mother club, which is battlestarfanclub.com. So they can check everything out over there because we'll be downloading all that we got here at that website.
Yes.
Very, very cool. All the links will be on there. And you've got a page, I believe, for the Battlestar Team BSG Viper. What is that exactly?
It's Team BSG Viper, and that just everything from day one of building this Viper, we said, okay, we need to have a Facebook page. So if you want to see where it started, I mean, I've got videos on there. I've done 10-minute videos when I had time. You can see from day one where I started building this. And all the members, so.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you all so much. We're here at Comicpalooza 2018 in beautiful Houston, Texas, signing off.